It is an inherent contradiction. It's just and it is why parties typically go through life cycles. Because what happens is when you're the minority, it's welcome one, welcome all. You have as many possible candidates and participants as possible, which means that you end up with the most carefully and heavily vetted nominees who have the broadest possible constituency, who have the best chance of winning in the fall. Once you actually win majority status and stay in the governing majority, the focal point becomes not so much creating entrepreneurship or increasing the participation. It becomes to, okay, getting reelected and eventually majority preservation. And parties just follow this natural course, and it's why by the end of a governing majority's tenure, what will have happened is they will have so stifled off dissent, discussion, deliberation, and debate that they become dinosaurs. And then the dinosaurs eventually die off and they lose a majority, and then they recreate themselves by bringing up a whole new set of young, energetic, thoughtful leaders. Those leaders then eventually vet themselves through, so you end up with the strongest candidates, and then they start winning general elections, and eventually they capture a majority. And so there's just this cycle that happens, and we've seen it all around the country. We've seen it all around the South. True. We're in the middle. We're not where Roy Barnes and the Democrats were at the end of Barnes's term as governor, where, if you remember, they were taking all of these various steps to try to rig the system so that even though they didn't reflect a majority, they could nonetheless keep control. We're not there. We're in the middle. And the real challenge for our party here in Georgia is, will we follow the normal trajectory, which is eventually we will become our own worst enemies because we will have stifled out new ideas, we will have stifled out new candidates, we will have so perpetuated the institution that you end up with dinosaurs? Or will we follow a different cycle? And there are states that have done that, where that cycle is to say, we constantly encourage primary activity, we constantly encourage new blood into the party. And it's why, you know, as you probably know from or seen from conventions I chair, it's why when I chair a convention, mine is debate is good, discussion is good, contested votes are good, democracy is beautiful, as opposed to stifling and just, you know, shutting it down at every little turn. I think recognizing that to govern, there has to be some discipline. I mean, I think the hardest part that Newt discovered when he became Speaker was you couldn't be revolutionaries and govern. So you had to create a new category. You couldn't be, it wasn't just a choice of all or nothing or binary. There had to be, okay, we're going to do new and different things, the contract with America, term limits, reform welfare, balance the budget. Those are not, you know, these are new and different ideas, so you have to create a new creature. And I think it's somewhere in between. It's somewhere in between throwing bombs and diffusing bombs is the middle ground, and it's a really hard balance, I think, for parties to go through. But I think each party goes through the cycle. I think Governor Deal has done a phenomenal job of keeping that right blend in the mix, and as a result, I think that, you know, the Republican majority in Georgia is for the foreseeable future.